We're live.
Hi, everyone. I'm Noelle Upchurch, and we are live here on Nicole Connor's page. This is our Story Cell big reveal for Monday night. So everyone's been hashtagging Destiny this week. I'm going to turn the call over to Sally Cruzan, who is going to reveal that awesome quote for us. Go ahead, Sally.
Still muted, Sally.
Sorry, thank you. So the quote is, you will see a life of fulfillment beyond your wildest imagination when you choose to control your destiny. Life favors those that live boldly with no limitations. And this quote is by Pastor Kevin Mullins. So all week we have been hashtagging destiny in our Story Cell class. So these are all participants in the class, which is a wonderful 12-week program. And I was thrilled with this. This has been a week of a lot of unknowns, and we never quite know what our destiny, where it will take us. So what I did this week is just really celebrated and tried to be present in all situations day in and day out this week, and really kind of responded to things thoughtfully rather than react to them. So those were my takeaways. So back to you, Noelle.
All right, thank you so much, Sally. Sometimes we trudge through a field of unknowns, and great things keep us on the straight and narrow. So Nancy Mays, I'm going to go to you next.
Thank you, Noelle. Destiny has never really been about a place to me. It's actually been about the view along the way. So I've always said life is what you make it. So you better choose wisely. So that is my take on destiny, and I'll turn it back to you, Noelle.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Next, Jane, who's underneath me on the screen here. Go ahead, Jane.
Thanks, Noelle. So destiny, you know, I always kind of wondered about whether destiny was, is it really there? This is how my life is going to go, right? But I think the older I get, the wiser I am to understand that we drive our own destiny and we can control that. The only problem that I had all week is that I really had to be careful that I didn't do hashtag density instead. So anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Noelle. Thank you.
Yeah, every once in a while we get one where, you know, it's been that word that your whole life, for me, friend, I know it's IE, but I always have to look. So we've all had that with some of our words. And again, we just hope you guys have checked out some of these people's stories on Facebook and Instagram. So next I'm going to go to Diane Kinman. Go ahead, Diane.
Thank you, Noelle, for having me. I went ahead and I looked it up. I just wanted to see what the meaning of it was. And it says the events that will necessarily happen to a particular person or thing in the future. But then it also goes a little further on down, and it talks about coming into Christ. And I kind of thought of it that way. I was actually looking today for a picture of the gates of heaven or something like that to put in destiny and into that picture, because that's my goal, is to end up in heaven someday. So I want that to be my destiny. So it was a good word.
Sorry, are you done? I had to take a sip, but I wasn't sure if you were done.
Oh yeah, I am.
Okay, well, that was a beautiful takeaway.
Thank you.
That was a beautiful takeaway, and I look forward to you finding that picture, because
me too.
You can still do it, and we'll love to see it. All right, next we're going to go to Denise Krebs, the DNA detective.
Hey, Noelle. Thanks for having me tonight. This word was, I think I used it in a couple of different ways, both from a destination and from a mindset. And like Diane, our ultimate destination is heaven. And there was a really cool picture the other night that I captured when we were outside with the sun rays coming through the clouds. And it just reminded me immediately of that destiny. So back to you, Noelle.
Oh, that's so awesome, Denise. I saw some other cloud formation pictures posted today, and I'm sure we've all been blessed with that special moment of seeing an awesome cloud formation. All right, Wanda, going to you.
Thank you, Noelle. I kind of went all the different ways that everyone has spoke about tonight. But what really has hit me is we're doing Sower by T.D. Jakes, and his whole book is about what are we doing here for our destiny to get to where we want to be? What are we doing for our success? So that's kind of those two things together, the quote and the book together, has kind of been where I've led from. So whether it's outside a destiny of being outside or destiny of where I want to be and writing my book or whatever else it was. So back to you, Noelle.
Thanks, Wanda. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Next, we're going to Kay, and I'm going to say a big Facebook Live happy birthday to Kay. And we won't tell you that, you know, she's a day over anything, because she's just a wonderful person with wonderful life experiences. But that's nothing bad. No, we all earn these years. These years are ours. And I don't even know enough about Kay in this lifetime yet, but it's pretty fascinating, all the things that she's achieved. So go ahead, Kay, take it away.
Destiny to me was, it's the journey that we're on, but it's how we relate to situations. I have a customer, so what's the most significant event in your last year? Or asking people, well, many times I was asking people, what brings you joy? So the more in the moment I can create a destiny of joy, or reminding people they have joy inside them, or then how I can take an event that comes to me as, oh, surprise, oh, change. Oh, I wake up every day and go, okay, there's going to be change today. It's going to be change today. And I can make a destiny of how I respond to that rather than react to it. So this was it was a very valuable reminder when it talks about destiny this week. And it's how we choose to control our destiny, how we chose our future, and how we choose to be in the moment was like, oh, thank you for this week. Back to you, Nicole. You're on mute.
I'm on mute. Well, it was beautiful. And Susie Guevara, Susie Q, you are up. Can you hear me, Susie? You are up. Okay, you're on mute. Still on mute. Unmute the little microphone on the lower left of your screen.
I got
Maybe
it.
Nicole,
Sorry,
maybe you can
sorry.
go.
That's okay.
There you are. Go ahead.
Laptop.
Take it away.
Well, how can I follow up those words of wisdom? Kay, you're full of wisdom. For me, like several other of you, I always feel that my ultimate destination is to be with the Lord in heaven. And He has a path for me. And so every experience, every relationship, to me, I think there's a lesson in it for me to learn. And as the older I've gotten, the wiser I've gotten. And I have a smaller circle of friends because you just learned how to choose friends wisely. And I tend to be more like to be around people that are positive and bring me up rather than those that bring me down. So It's been a great experience. I had difficulty at first coming up with some destiny quotes and stories, but towards the end of the week, I was getting better at it. So back to you, Nicole. Noelle, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. And for me, I mean, I just felt like I could use destiny on just about anything because there's in growth, you know, in development of something, there is a destination. But I knew I wanted to do something around Prince, and I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, but I know he's got a destiny in there somewhere. But anyways, I love, you know, music and finding words in music to do in stories. But this quote is what really fascinates me because it has words like wildest imagination, destiny, no limitations, things like that. And so I always have to relate back to my husband, that he's somebody that I've watched in this life have a wild imagination and running towards a destiny that he's really just creating out of, you know, a very small town, beautiful childhood, but really saw a dream and chased it. So I've gotten to live boldly with him, and control is always something for me. I think we can control our destiny, like you guys have mentioned, in kind of our attitude, the things we surround ourselves with, our ultimate destination. And then some of those things that we can't control coming at us, we're working through. We're working through those things to get to that destination. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Nicole. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, ladies. This was an incredible evening of just sharing what you thought of one little tiny quote out of an amazing book by Kevin Mullins called Decisions Decide Destiny. Kevin Mullins is a preacher, speaker, entrepreneur. He's really quite incredible. I've read, I believe, most of his recent books. I'm sure he has more than the few that I've read, but I highly recommend him. So that I just sum up what all these amazing women have shared. Thank you, Sally, for opening tonight. As we all just step out of our comfort zones here and learn how to be online together as a group. You know, there's strength in numbers and success leaves clues. And so this amazing class that we are all a part of here is called Story Cell, and Noelle and I have the privilege of being co-coaches in this course, and everyone here contributes so much to our lives and to each other that I just invite you all to be a part of it. So as you're watching, or if you're watching us on the replay, drop down where you're watching us from, please, and share, give some hearts and likes for these amazing people who are stepping out of their comfort zones and who are inspired by this quote by Kevin. I'm going to sum up what you've said, and then I'll close with the quote. So Sally said that she worked this week really on being present and being in her best place to respond to something than to reacting. And as she moves through her life, those are the principles that she seems to practice on a daily basis. And she's an inspiration to me as a coach and other things that she does in life. Nancy Mays shared that she believes that life is what you make it, and that destiny is a choice, and that we get to move forward with that, if I understood you right. Is that right? And then Jane said that we drive our own destiny, and we all make these choices in order to move our path down the way that we want it to go. And if we're stopping and we're not making those choices, I'm kind of embellishing just a little bit here. If you're not driving the bus, then it's driving you. So Diane shared that, as did Denise, both shared that they believe their destiny and ultimate destination, as Susie did as well, kind of all summed up their destiny, and their ultimate goal is to be in heaven with the Lord. And that they've shared various sources of inspiration this week, whether it's a cloud formation that God just put in front of Denise, whether it's learning just the definition of destiny and what that looked like for Diane. And Susie shared that in all of her relationships that she's made wiser choices as she's gone through her journey. Wanda shared that she really found an alignment and a correlation with the book that we're all reading in Success Through Scripture, which is an amazing group outside of this. And we invite you to take a look at that if you want to be a part of a scripture-based book club. Wanda found some great correlation between Soar by Bishop T.D. Jakes and what we were learning in that book in relationship to this one. And that we believe, or she believes, we also create our own destiny and make those choices. Kay, our birthday girl, shared that living a life of significance and joy requires you to be able to move through change with gratitude, and certainly knowing that change is coming and being ready for it. So I just appreciate her and her wisdom, and happy birthday to you, Kay. And of course, my co-coach, Noelle, who always finds a way to incorporate music into her life, not only inspired by her husband's career and his love and passion and courage for pursuing his dreams relentlessly, but also to find a way to incorporate music into her life and into her journey as well. So this has been fun. And if this looks like something that you want to take a look at, we just invite you. All of us just welcome you. This is so much fun. And we just invite new people every single week. So come on in and have some fun with us. So I'll close with the quote, and thanks everyone for your contribution tonight. I'm so grateful for you. So this again is from the book, Decisions Decide Destiny by Kevin Mullins. And he says that you will see a life of fulfillment beyond your wildest imagination when you choose to control your destiny. Life favors those that live boldly with no limitations. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.